Hi everyone, my name is Nastya and today you'll have the second episode of Jessup Talks 2025. And today we have another prominent mooter and our guest Anna Tkachova. Anna, hi.
Hello.
Anna is counsel at Asters in cross-border dispute resolutions practice. I know, Anna, that last year you had a talk with former National Administrator Masha, and it is very insightful video. I watched it, and I will add a link to the description of this video for other viewers also to review it. And I noticed that you have a very extensive moot court track record. So you mentioned that you participated in WTO moot courts, then FDI, and after that you went with the Jessup, several times participating in it. So my first question will be, what was your motivation to participate in moot courts? And maybe not one question, like a chain of questions which are connected with one topic. Maybe you knew about moot courts before you entered uni, or you get the knowledge about Jessup at your first classes, I wanted to say, first years of education. So yeah, please share your successful story of moot court participation with our viewers.
Thank you. I learned about moot courts relatively late in my studies, so it was third or fourth year, because moot courts were not that popular during our times. So during my times, it was I'm sounding like I'm speaking about some years ago, but yeah, I've been. Actually, last year was the 10th anniversary when I was Jessup. During the time I was at uni, moot courts were not so popular. You have to do well with your studies, your curriculum, and then kind of moot court was something like you do extra just for yourself. It wasn't, you wouldn't get credit for it for your studies. It was actually my friends who found an announcement for that a team was there was a selection process for our university teams to present at Jessup, and I was at my first year with Jessup. I was a fifth wheel in a car, so I was a fifth participant, and I joined relatively late in the process, and I took a research role first. We have a prominent team, permanent speakers. They kind of did all of the talkings during the national rounds. At that year, we were a runner-up team. It was painful for us, given that we were all-star team, but we went as an exhibition team to the DC, and I would say it was more fun than we actually. The next year, we went as the participating team to the national, as a national champion to the international rounds. And it was more stressful, and because you had to perform. But when you're an exhibition team, you have a fun of being a bailiff and connecting with other teams, and you have your own kind of small competition in which to participate. You don't have an excellent kind of enormous pressure on you to perform, so you kind of feel more at ease and you can socialize, and it was really fun. And I know that this year you have two teams going as exhibition teams, and it's a really good experience, and I wish they would enjoy it kind of from all the angles. I don't remember the other question you had.
The question was about how you get the knowledge about moot courts, and maybe we'll switch to another one, which I'm personally very interested. I noted that you started, as I said, with VTO and FDI, and then you passed to the Jessup. So my question will be: it's not very general practice to switch from the private field to the public one. Was it the first your the very beginning intention to firstly try niche moot courts and then could go to the extensive one, or it was like a matter of like a chance, or I don't know,
Yeah,
destiny?
I wanted to do a trade law first, so that's why I went for WTO moot court. But when doing that moot court, I understood that it's not fun for me. And I know that trade law is fun for a lot of people, but it was kind of educational for me, for myself. That is probably not the field that I want to work in. FDI Moot Court, I loved it, I enjoyed it, and I'm actually continue working in the investor state arbitration to this day because it's probably the closest thing you can do in private law to international law field. But Jessup, it's a moot court. Okay, it focuses on international law, and its international law is at the core. But the skills, the set of skills you develop in that moot court, and because it's so long and so challenging, and it's presses you to be a team player, to create a good legal arguments, to perfect your written advocacy, to go through the oral rounds in the national rounds when we had. I think at the first year more than 10 teams. In the second year, I think around 10 or 9 teams participating. So kind of you see a lot of law schools of your own country, and then you go internationally, and the scale of international rounds and all the fun and craziness going on there, you are kind of forming this understanding that Jessup is a good instrument for you to develop professionally, irrespective of whether you're going to work in the private law field or going into the public law, because you have a problem, you have a set of rules, you can develop, and kind of another brilliancy of Jessup is that the problem is created so uniquely. So you have kind of a weak, not uniquely, but you have a weak and strong arguments for both teams, and you have issues which are developing and kind of progressively developing in international fields, and so you can craft your kind of learn how to craft your argument so it is persuasive irrespective of which side you are presenting. So I would say I stayed with Jessup because of its unique features, and I still think that it's one of the best moot courts to prepare you for a legal career. And at Asters, if we see on the resume of a person applying for a job experience in Jessup, we value it highly. Okay, other moot courts, it's a bonus and it's plus, especially niche moot courts if we want people for a niche practice areas. But with respect to international arbitration cross border, if we see Jessup participants who performed highly in national rounds and even went to the international rounds and performed there highly, we know that these students have done quite hard work and they know how to research, how to write, how to present their arguments, cutting to the chase, to the meat, if to say. So yeah, I'll probably stay with the Jessup because of the benefits it brings to you for your legal career.
Yeah, and in my list of questions was the next question is about the skills of students which they use during the work. And for example, I know that you have internship program now, and also you are seeking for junior lawyers to join Asters. And my question will be from like, give please an advice to students how they can leverage these skills to the internship and work at top law firms as Asters is.
The mere fact of you participating and scoring high in national rounds or even participating and going to the international rounds already gives you an advantage compared to your peers when you apply for internship or work with Asters. Then if you went through the oral presentation, you know, you are capable to work under stress. An interview is stressful. We are not scary. We are not kind of putting you under pressure too much. But any talk with your potential employer is stressful, so you already know how to handle yourself, how to be professional in whatever setup you are. So this is one thing. The other thing is to advertise your team, your ability to be a team player, because working in a law firm requires you to be a team player, because you start, if you're law students and you are starting your internship, you are a part of a team, so you can't be a solo player. And advertising to your future employer that you've been a team player, you've done a research, you know how to work in a team, you know how to work under stress. That is kind of the things we are looking at when we uh, hire employees for the job. The other thing is the research and kind of written advocacy skills. As I've mentioned, this is also something where we are kind of, okay, you'll be researching international law matters. Working in a law firm, you would be focusing on some other angles, right? National law as well. But ability to research, the knowledge how to approach an issue, the logic behind the research. These are the skills that if you acquire them through researching international law matters, you can still apply them to whatever field you need to research for your work. So kind of it's a direct application of the skills from Jessup to your work experience.
Yeah, it's kind of relatable, I guess. We all noticed after participation in moot courts, especially in Jessup, so that work is kind of the same, but like you have the same fun, but you are working and
Yes.
like raising money for that. Yeah, and I guess everyone made a note about the skills and about like how to apply them during the work. And my next question, will be connected with your personal experience. Maybe you can like remind yourself and us also what can go wrong during the preparation. Maybe you have the example of maybe the most challengeable situation which like you faced during participation in Jessup and how you overcame it, and maybe you have some advice for also participants how to overcome some kind of similar difficult situations.
Jessup is full of challenges. Of course, there are challenges of performing during the oral rounds and coping with stress and presenting the best you can. However, I would say that when I was a student and I did Jessup, it was one of the longest projects when you have to work on one particular problem containing subset of issues. And it was challenging to keep yourself pushing for and doing more and more research, because it's sometimes it's boring for you to continue working on the same issues, and during the studies you might find an answer and you go with this answer, and you skip or you stop looking for nuances in the problem. So in the Jessup, it is challenging to have a discipline, to continue researching and doing all the groundwork, writing and rewriting your arguments, writing an argument, then evaluating it and cutting it down from your, for instance, memorial, or for your plan for presenting it at an oral presentation or oral arguments. So I would say it was hard to do hard work, uh, and with respect to how to overcome it, there is no solution to it. It's a skill perseverance, and so you just put one foot in front of the other. You just stay organized. You put time away each day according to your work plan for preparation for the Jessup, and you just show up and you do the work. And probably it would matter to remind yourself that it's also teamwork. So if you don't perform, this means that if you don't do this groundwork, this means that either your team would be poorly prepared uh, in comparison with what you could have achieved, or your team members, other team members, uh, would have to kind of put additional time and efforts instead of you.
Yeah, it's kind of hard work to have to work hard. Yeah, really. And also, I guess I will ask about the advice which you can give to newbies and also to the experienced mooters, because I guess it will be like different set of advice.
Oh, starting with newbies, that should be easier, I guess. So I would say um, stay organized, um, uh, enjoy the ride, because if you don't enjoy it, that means you need to reconsider your preferences for your life, and remember that it's teamwork and it's hard work. With respect to experienced mooters, it's difficult to give an advice. Probably just to remind that I'm as a part of the Jessup community would always love to see you at the Jessup time of the year, either in the national rounds or in the international rounds, because I do hope to go to international rounds soon to judge. I've judged a couple of rounds and it's really fun.
Are you going this year?
This year, no, for the personal reasons, but I kind of Jessup is in my life, so I'm kind of contributing to Ukrainian Jessup community. I'm judged memorials for international rounds, and kind of I have this going to international rounds on my radar for the future years.
And we are very grateful that you stay with Jessup for so long time, being judged. Yeah, and also we are grateful to Asters who supports Jessup. I don't know even how many years in a row. So we are so grateful for that. That you stay within the community and teach others that this is like kind of stuff we all need to have, and it's very valuable to have these connections.
We are very proud at Asters to be partners of Jessup Ukraine, and we hope to stay your partners in the future.
We also hope so. And I guess I will have one last question. We talked a lot about the team player nature of Jessup and I guess other moot courts. And I know that sometimes it can be a struggle for people to connect together. We are all humans having all our features. So maybe you have some also advice how to keep all these team spirit together, like staying connected with your peers when you are a team member.
That's a really actually good question. I would say, as a team member, you yourself, you need to stay professional first. So yes, your team members there can be your friends, or they can become your friends, but you need to stay professional because that is the internal discipline which you need to nurture. Because during the process of preparation, you interact with your team members a lot, and you'll be frustrated for others not to perform if you are performing, or you will be unhappy with your performance and sense that others are not happy with you. So there are lots of emotional stuff, but you just need to remember to stay professional, uh, not to go, not to give to the emotions to come to personal kind of arguments and interactions, and just to have a perspective that perspective of seeing your experience of this Jessup journey outside of this Jessup journey, because these people, you know them inside out, how they can perform, how reliable they are, and you in the future will reach to this to your team members for help, for advice. So it's a good opportunity kind of to learn how to work in the team, but also develop your professional attitudes to your teamwork, team players. It would also help if you build a friendship. So there are a lot of personal issues in interplay because apart from just law and hard work, there are also various logistical issues. You need to kind of figure out, and spending time together, doing work sessions together, it's really important to build that friendship and that connection, because if you are together you kind of work hard and then you do a break, you kind of, I don't know, enjoy a quick walk or spend some other time, quality time together, that bond you more closely. So yeah, I would say professionalism and try to building up a friendship.
Mhm. Yeah, that's, I guess, the core principles of uh, team players and like becoming a real team, not just
Yeah.
several individuals gathered in a group, but being a real team and supporting each other, of
That,
course.
yes, supporting each other is very important, because there might be circumstances in which you or your peers wouldn't be able to perform, and if you are able, you need to step up. And that if each of the team members are doing their part and then stepping up to help others, that will make you a stronger team and will enhance an overall result you bring as a team.
Yeah, that's true. I agree with you on the point. So thank you a lot for your time, for your efforts, and for staying with the community for a long time. And we hope to stay more together. So thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you for your time, and see you next year.
Yeah. See you.